The opening of our parsha seems a bit superfluous, like some speeches we hear sometimes in respectable places, where the person who's giving the speech has to pay respects to all the important people in the room, the president, the prime minister, the mayor, the judge, the rabbi, whoever it may be. And the same way at the beginning of our parsha, Atem Nitzavim-Vayelech kulchem lifnei Hashem Elokechem, you are all standing in front of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Rashechem, the leaders, Shiftechem, the tribes or the leaders of the tribes, Ziknechem, the elders, Veshotrechem, and the policemen or the judges, Kol Ish Yisrael, and Tapchem, Neshechem, Vegechasha B'Sharecha, also the children and the families, and even the lower class workers, Mechotev Etzecha, Shoev Emecha, the people who are chopping the wood and bringing the water from the wells. All these people are all standing in front of Hashem. So why does the Torah have to start detailing every different denomination? Just say, you are... Moshe Rabbeinu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is talking to all the nation of Israel standing in front of him. You can just say, you are all standing in front of Hashem. Atem Nitzavim-Vayelech kulchem lifnei Hashem Elokechem. What do we need to go through all these details? And I think the answer is very simple, but also very important, and the message is very important. When we're all standing as a nation in front of Hashem, we have to remember that we are all equal. And when you want to emphasize that everybody's equal, you have to make sure that we understand that everybody means everybody. Just like when the Torah commands on the keeping of the Shabbat, the Torah says, Lo ta'aseh kol melacha ata uvincha uvitecha avdecha v'amatcha uvemdecha v'gecha asher b'shorecha, you and your son and daughter and your slave and your worker and even your animals are not allowed to do any work on Shabbat. Why need to emphasize that? Because we would have thought, maybe I can rest on Shabbat, but my low-class workers, they need to work. Or one would think in the olden days that they're slaves, they can keep on working. Even today, there are people who say, Shabbat is a privilege. If you can allow yourself to rest on Shabbat, you should be entitled to a Shabbat. If a person doesn't have is not in the economic situation where he can allow himself to rest on Shabbat, so if he wants to work, so let him make a bit more money. No, the Torah says no. Everybody has to rest on Shabbat. And when you want to say everybody, you have to start specifying that it means everybody, even those you may have thought that are not included. And here, same goes for our parsha when we're standing in front of Hashem. You don't get a celebrity pass. There is no priority boarding, and there's no VIP when you're standing in front of Hashem. When we need to take the obligation and stand in the covenant in front of Kadosh Baruch Hu, it's everybody. It's the elders, it's the leaders, it's the rabbis, it's the judges, and it's the simple people from the lowest classes. Everybody's equal in standing in front of Hashem. We all have our personal obligations, our personal responsibilities, dependent on where we are, or what our status, and our life mission. But when we're standing in front of Hashem, nobody's in the Mizrach. We're all facing Hashem. When we start davening Shemona Esrei, we're all the same. And that was what the Torah is trying to emphasize here. And that is the message I think we need to take to ourselves. Just a week before Rosh Hashanah, we're all going to be standing and be judged by Kadosh Baruch Hu, all equally, regardless of what status we have in our life and how we're respected by others. But in front of Hashem, we're all equal. We all have to stand to justice. As Kadosh Baruch Hu, as Chazal bring, Kadosh Baruch Hu sees everybody in one outlook, b'skira achat, but sees everyone individually too, where they are. And with that, I want to bless you all that we should enter the last week. We should fulfill the last week of Tafshin Pei Gimel to the most, and be standing together in front of Hashem next week on Rosh Hashanah. We should all Shana Tova, and we should all be admitted and have a good health year with good things coming, and standing equally in front of Hashem, and be Zakaim Badin, and be judged in a good way, individually and communally. Shabbat Shalom.